If you drew up a list of small cars you'd like to buy, chances are the MG3 isn't on it. For starters, MG went bankrupt in 2005 and was bought out by a Chinese company, and secondly, it's built in Birmingham. So it's a Chinese car made in Birmingham, which doesn't exactly fill you with confidence. Secondly, MG has only ever built one other car since it was bailed out, the fairly awful MG6, so we're not expecting the MG3 to set the world alight. Way back in about 1485, MG was known for its sports cars, and when you look at the MG3 you can sort of tell. It looks sportier, wider and more planted than most of its rivals. It's also more customisable with the option to change the colour of the door mirrors and add so-called graphics packs. Be warned though, some of these graphics are vomit-inducingly naff. You can have things like smiley faces on the roof or a tyre burnout stretching the length of the car. MG has obviously tried to appeal to the youth market in doing this, but it all comes across as being a bit tragic, like your dad trying to break dance at a family wedding. When we first got behind the wheel of the MG3, we were surprised how much fun it is to drive. The suspension is nice and firm and the steering is quite heavy, which means it feels quite sporty. The flip side of this is that it's harder to manoeuvre at low speeds, so if you're small, or a girl, you might find it difficult to park. On the plus side, it's easy to get comfortable in here and all-round visibility is pretty good. The big downside to the way the MG3 drives, however, is the engine. There's only one on offer, it's a 1.5 litre petrol and it's average at best. You have to work the gearbox quite hard to get the most out of it, and to be honest it feels a bit gutless. The MG3 comes with a decent amount of equipment. Top models get DAB radio, Bluetooth, MP3, cruise control, parking sensors and electric windows all round. Step into the cabin though and it all feels a little bit old-fashioned, a bit like a car from the late 90s. You don't get a touchscreen, but you do get a docking point for your phone, but my phone at least rattles around in it and drives you mental after about half a mile. The MG3 is available as a 5-door hatch only, so getting in the back is a doddle. And once you're in there, there's loads of space, even if you've got tall friends, and the boot's a good size too. Now, you're probably thinking at this point that the MG3 is a bit of a disappointment and that there are far better cars out there. But it has an ace up its sleeve. It's cheap. Really cheap. You can have a top-of-the-range model for the same price as a bog-standard bottom-of-the-range Fiesta. And there's more good news too, because despite its 1.5 litre engine, which is massive for a car of this size, it's only in Insurance Group 4. You'll struggle to get more than about 40 miles to the gallon, and the 3 will lose more of its value than its rivals, but on a purely bang for your buck basis, the MG3 is a tempting proposition. So, to sum up, the MG3 is a decent enough car at the bargain basement price. Put it up against its rivals in a straight fight and it loses like the fat kid in a school sports day. But it's a likeable car, it drives well, and providing you spec it right, it's good looking.